Okay, so I'm going to show y'all my version of potato leek soup. Everything we got here is from our vegetable garden. This is not a traditional potato leek soup, but we're going to do it the way we want with the ingredients we have from our homegrown vegetable garden. So let's check out the ingredients. Okay, so as you can see, we have our leeks from the garden we just harvested yesterday. We're going to use some of the gray shallots, which are a French shallot. And come along, we're gonna use our potatoes we just also harvested. We got the Yukon Gold and the red La Soda potatoes, and our garlic we harvested a few weeks ago. We're gonna use a little bit of garlic from our garden. We have some fresh bay leaves, some fresh thyme, and this is fresh garlic chives. Also, we'll finish it off with the soup with. So there's the main ingredients. Let me get chopping and I'll be right back with y'all. Okay, so for the leeks, what you want to do is cut off the roots. And I like to cut the stem about to here where the dark leaves start. We'll throw that to the side. And then what you want to do is split it in half. Let me show you one real quick. There's going to be a lot of dirt in these, in between these ribs here of the leek. So we're gonna cut this and wash this really well. Like this one here, you can see the dirt in between it already. So kill that dead layer off. Then I'm just gonna give it a quick chop. And then what you want to do is just throw this in your water, and the dirt will settle to the bottom, and you'll have some clean leeks to cook with. Just add that to the cold water to wash off the leeks with. And then we are set. So there you have it. Let the dirt settle to the bottom of the bowl, and we'll have our leeks ready to cook with. Okay, real quick here, I want to show you, these are the gray shallots. I want to show you what they look like when they're peeled. So these are the French shallot here, and this is what they look like peeled. I'm going to chop these up. Okay, so I got all the leeks clean and all the dirt washed off of them. Got our potatoes all diced up here. Just a quick peel. There may be a few skins on there, that's okay. We'll give it a little color with the red potato skins. We're gonna got our what I'm using is a homemade chicken stock. You could use vegetable stock if you want. We got some olive oil from made in Texas. We're gonna use some butter, of course, and we have our garlic, fresh thyme, and our shallots from the garden chopped up. I wish you could smell this thyme. It is so fragrant. This is the easiest thing to grow, very fresh, highly recommend it. So we're gonna put this all together and get our potato leek soup going. Okay, so what I have here is a stock pot on about medium heat. We're gonna add a little bit of the olive oil. And I like to use a little bit of butter also. Let that melt. Now we're going to add our leeks. And also our chives, thyme, and fresh garlic. Give that a little bit of a stir. And then what we want to do is just let this stay on medium heat. We don't want to caramelize the leeks. We just want to get them a nice translucent color. Make sure they don't burn or have any kind of caramelization to give it an off flavor that we do not want in our potato leek soup. So they're starting to cook down. This will probably take 15-20 minutes, nice and slow. We just want these to get a nice translucent color there. Smelling really good in here so far. Yum. So as we got this cooking, I want to just give you a little information. This is not your traditional potato leek soup. I'm obviously variating from the traditional recipe. Why not? We got all this great stuff in our garden. Let's use it up. We got the fresh thyme out of the garden, fresh garlic, and I also need to add my bay leaves in, fresh bay leaf. We'll pull that out at the end, give it a little extra flavor. And of course, we are doing our local olive oil here, made in Texas, so it can't get much better than that. One thing you can do if you do not have any leeks, you could probably use some onions. It's not as good. I've done it before. Or you could even add, we could add onions to this, but today I had some shallots that we've grown, so we're going to use our fresh garden fresh shallots. Okay, so this is cooked down, as you can see. Almost all the liquid is gone. It's pretty dry. So we're going to go ahead and add our potatoes. And we're going to add our chicken stock. You could use a vegetable stock, but today I want to use a chicken stock. So I'm just pretty much eyeballing it, the amount of ingredients that I want to put in my soup. No real recipe, not really measuring anything, just kind of eyeballing this here. We've got our chicken stock, potatoes, leeks. We're going to let this simmer for a while, let the potatoes get nice and tender. We'll put a lid on it. Also need to make sure we season this with a little bit of, I'll just use fresh black pepper. You could use white pepper if you don't want to see the flakes of black pepper, and a little bit of salt. All right, so we're gonna let this. We're gonna bring this to a boil, then we'll turn it down and let it simmer. And this will probably take less than 30 minutes, and we'll have some potato leek soup. Okay, so it's come to a boil, so we're gonna turn down the heat a little bit, down to a simmer. Looking pretty good so far. Turn that down to a simmer and just let it cook until the potatoes nice and tender. Alright, so I think our potatoes are cooked. Let's check them out here. Just try one here. What we're looking for is we don't want mashed potatoes. We want a little bit of firmness to them. Oh yeah. Yum. Just right. So this is ready. Now the next step I want to do is pull out our bay leaves that we have here. Get those pulled out. Find the other one. Here it is. So what I like to do is, I like my soups a little bit on the chunkier side. Some people will puree the whole soup. What I'm going to do is use an immersion blender and puree about half of it. So all you got to do is take the immersion blender, and I'm just going to blend about half of it here. So I like the potatoes, I like a little bit of a chunk to the soup. I don't want it totally pureed. About like that, I think is about all we need. As you can see, it still has some chunks in there, and some of it's pureed, like so. Looks really good. Now we'll taste it, make sure if we need to adjust any of the seasoning, we need to add any more salt. Yeah, let's add a little bit of salt to it. Just add a little bit of salt there, a little more. Stir it up. Taste it one more time. Alright, so we got our soup here. Now the last step is to add, I'm going to use a little bit of heavy cream. Some people use milk or milk and heavy cream. I'm just going to go with straight up heavy cream here. See if that's enough. Stir it up here. Oh yeah, that looks nice. This is going to be good. And there you have it, potato leek soup. Straight from our homegrown vegetable garden. Oh, just a touch more. So now we'll just ladle it into our bowl here, like so. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Okay. And then we got some our fresh garlic chives. We're gonna sprinkle on top. And I also have one blossom from the garlic chives. We'll put there, a little more there. There you have it. Potato leek soup.